Hello, friends. In the Women's T20 World Cup 2026, an epic clash took place between India and Bangladesh at Old Trafford, a match that had millions of cricket fans on the edge of their seats. There was such a massive downpour of boundaries and sixes that even the fans in the stadium were absolutely stunned. The Indian batters launched an attack on the Bangladeshi bowlers right from the start, smashing brilliant shots all over the park. On the other hand, the Bangladesh team also fought back hard, making the contest incredibly thrilling. Friends, in this video, we will show you how the Indian batters created a storm right from the opening overs. We'll cover which player hit the most boundaries and sixes, what the strategy of the Bangladesh bowlers was, and all those turning points throughout the match that filled the spectators with pure excitement. So friends, to know the complete story of this incredible match, make sure to watch the video till the very end. Friends, today at Old Trafford, the biggest match of the Women's T20 World Cup 2026 was played, where arch-rivals India and Bangladesh faced off against each other. The stadium was absolutely packed to capacity. Everywhere you looked, you could only see the tricolor and Bangladeshi flags. The pressure of the match was clearly visible on both teams. Team India's captain, Harmanpreet Kaur, won the toss and elected to bat first. SMRITI Mandhana and Shafali Verma walked out to open the innings. Taking the new ball for Bangladesh was Akter. SMRITI defended brilliantly on the very first ball, but on the second ball, she played a gorgeous cover drive to smash a boundary. The entire stadium erupted with a roaring applause. On the other end, Shafali Verma also looked in an aggressive mood. Sanjita Akter Megla came in to bowl the second over. Shafali stepped out on the very first ball and hit a massive six. A boundary on the next ball, and then another boundary followed. It looked like the Indian batters were in no mood to show any mercy to any bowler today. Bangladeshi captain Nigar Sultana was constantly changing fields, but none of her tactics were working against the Indian batters. SMRITI Mandhana was putting on a masterclass, sometimes a cover drive, sometimes a square cut. She hit spectacular shots all around the ground. Meanwhile, Shafali Verma kept the pressure on the Bangladeshi bowlers with her explosive batting. The partnership between the two batters was growing rapidly. By the end of the power play, India had scored 80 runs without losing a wicket. Shafali Verma had already smashed 48 runs off just 22 balls, while SMRITI Mandhana was looking in sublime touch at 35 runs, but just then, Rabea Khan got the first breakthrough for Bangladesh. Shafali, while trying to clear the ropes, was caught out at long on. She played an explosive innings of 54 runs off just 25 balls, which included 7 boundaries and 3 massive sixes. The entire stadium stood up to give her a standing ovation. Jemimah Rodrigues came in to bat next, and she started scoring quickly right from the get-go. On the other end, SMRITI Mandhana showed no signs of stopping either. Both batters started raining boundaries. Jemimah smashed 3 consecutive boundaries in a single over from Nahida Akter. SMRITI Mandhana batted brilliantly to complete her half-century in just 34 balls. She lifted her helmet to acknowledge the crowd. Sitting in the Indian dressing room, Harmanpreet Kaur and Richa Ghosh were also seen applauding. But SMRITI didn't stop there. She accelerated her batting even more. Sometimes a cover drive, sometimes a spectacular six over mid-wicket. The Bangladeshi bowlers looked completely under pressure. Jemimah Rodrigues supported her brilliantly. Both batters put together a quick partnership for the second wicket, taking the team's score past the 150-run mark. Jemimah Rodrigues was in great touch, but while trying to hit a big shot of Ritu Moni, she was caught out at long on. She played a fantastic innings of 45 runs off just 28 balls. Now, Captain Harmanpreet Kaur walked out to the middle, and she made her intentions clear right from the first ball. A boundary on the first ball, a pull shot on the second, and then a spectacular six. The entire stadium echoed with chants of "Captain, Captain." On the other end, SMRITI Mandhana was closing in on her century. She smashed 2 consecutive boundaries in Rabea Khan's over and reached the 90-run mark. But just before her century, luck didn't favor her. While trying to go for a big shot off Marufa Akter, she was caught out at deep cover. SMRITI Mandhana played a magnificent innings of 93 runs off just 60 balls. Her stellar innings included 12 boundaries and 3 towering sixes. The entire Old Trafford Stadium stood up to honor this legendary knock. Richa Ghosh came out to bat next, and she immediately started raining boundaries. Harmanpreet Kaur also consistently played big shots from the other end. Both batters heavily punished the Bangladeshi bowlers in the final 5 overs. Richa Ghosh scored an unbeaten 41 runs off just 20 balls, which included 4 boundaries and 3 spectacular sixes. Meanwhile, Captain Harmanpreet Kaur played a storming unbeaten knock of 70 runs off just 30 balls. Her innings featured 7 boundaries and 4 towering sixes. In the final over, Harmanpreet hit 2 consecutive sixes and a boundary, forcing the entire stadium to dance in celebration. The players sitting in the Indian dressing room were cheering for every single shot. At the end of the regulation 20 overs, Team India posted a massive total of 286 runs for the loss of 4 wickets. This was one of the most spectacular innings in the history of the Women's T20 World Cup. Shafali Verma's explosive start, SMRITI Mandhana's classical batting, Jemimah Rodrigues' aggressive knock, and Captain Harmanpreet Kaur's instructive finish, today the Indian batters created such a storm at Old Trafford that the Bangladeshi bowlers looked completely helpless. Now it will be interesting to see if the Bangladesh team can chase down this mountain-like target, or if Team India will script history by winning this epic clash. Chasing a massive total of 287 runs, the Bangladesh team started in a highly aggressive manner. Dilara Akter and Shathi Rani walked out to open the innings for their team. Arundhati Reddy took the new ball for India. On the very first ball, Dilara Akter played a beautiful cover drive to score a boundary. On the other end, Sobhana Mastari was also gathering runs quickly. It looked like Bangladesh had also made up their mind to chase down this massive total. In the first 2 overs, Bangladesh scored 25 runs without losing any wickets. Indian captain Harmanpreet Kaur looked a bit concerned, but then in the 3rd over, she handed the ball to Renuka Singh Thakur, and that's where the momentum of the match shifted. Renuka tricked Sobhana Mastari with her searing pace. In an attempt to hit a big shot, the batter mistimed it high into the air, and Jemimah Rodrigues, standing at mid-off, took an easy catch. Sobhana walked back to the dugout after scoring just 14 runs. Now, Morshida Khatun came out to bat. She immediately started scoring runs quickly alongside Dilara Akter. Both batters hit some brilliant boundaries and took the score past 50 runs. Dilara Akter was looking in sublime touch. She tried to put pressure on the Indian bowlers by hitting 2 boundaries and a spectacular 6 in one of Arundhati Reddy's overs. But Captain Harmanpreet Kaur made a brilliant tactical decision. She handed the ball to Deepti Sharma. Deepti worked her magic in her very first over. Dilara Akter, while trying to hit a big shot, lofted the ball into the air, and SMRITI Mandhana, standing at long on, took a fantastic catch. Dilara was dismissed after scoring 45 runs off just 32 balls. Her innings included 6 boundaries and a spectacular 6. Bangladesh had suffered their second major blow. Now, Captain Nigar Sultana walked out to the middle. She started batting aggressively right from the start. On the other end, Morshida Khatun was also in great touch. Both batters unleashed a flurry of boundaries and took the score past 80 runs. But India's spin duo dealt a massive blow to Bangladesh's hopes. Shreyanka Patil bowled a brilliant delivery to clean-bowled Morshida Khatun. Morshida was out after scoring 30 runs off 25 balls. Now, all the responsibility fell upon Captain Nigar Sultana. She tried to stabilize the innings along with Tajner. Both batters scored quickly and took the total past 120 runs. Nigar Sultana was batting brilliantly. She completed her half-century by hitting 2 consecutive boundaries off Deepti Sharma. The entire Bangladeshi dugout was up on its feet cheering.
However, the required run rate was constantly climbing, and the pressure was building. Just then, Harmanpreet Kaur handed the ball to Radha Yadav. Radha provided a massive breakthrough in her very first over. Tajner, trying to hit a big shot, lofted the ball into the air, and wicketkeeper Richa Ghosh took a brilliant catch. Tajner was out for 23 runs. Ritu Moni came out to bat next, but she couldn't stay for the crease long either. She was clean bowled for just 12 runs by a sharp delivery from Arundhati Reddy. On the other end, Captain Nigar Sultana kept fighting hard. She hit some fantastic boundaries and tried to keep her team alive in the contest. But under the pressure of the mounting run rate, she too had to go for a big shot. In the 17th over, Nigar Sultana was caught out at long off Shreyanka Patil's bowling. She played a stellar innings of 62 runs off just 40 balls, which included 8 boundaries and a spectacular 6. With her dismissal, Bangladesh's hopes of a victory were practically over. After that, Shorna Akter, Rabea Khan, and Nahida Akter did try to hit some big shots, but the Indian bowlers didn't let them stay for long. Renuka Singh Thakur